What the heck did you order, baby? What's up, guys? Welcome back to Live Travel Asia, where we show you what it's like living and traveling in Asia. Right now we're at the Rose, at the Commons. Before we do a street walk, we're super starving and it's hot outside, so we decided to come in here and chill. I'm gonna have my favorite little creamsicle, and Mayu's gonna take photos.
Please do not disturb. No, I'm gonna do this Gaspar ate food thing.
Gaspar eat food, not eat food. You should just say Gaspar eat food.
Not eat. And I'm gonna take a photo after finish. Empty plate and then glasses.
It's alright. Oh my gosh. It's the only time that Maya actually is more interested in taking photos than I am, so it's a refreshing thing.
The only time that we can have a normal conversation.
Completely forgot. This is not Discuss Asia Live for our main channel. This is just for the Patreons. And we're gonna go ahead and discuss a question that Glenn posed to us, which is, how do you learn the culture in Thailand, if I'm not mistaken? I've been thinking about this. Or how do you integrate into the culture? Or how do you learn the Thai culture? This is actually a pretty common question we have, and a lot of things are related to it, so we wanted to discuss this in more depth. I'm not going to be able to do the live stream today, so this is going to be in lieu of it, because I'm going to be going to shoot like at a factory. I'm going to tag along with some guys that are doing a shoot at Subaru. So this was recorded Tuesday, 2 days before it will air. Hope you guys like this format and let us know if you do. But anyways, Mayu, how do you think you learn the culture in Thailand? This is a very tricky question.
Okay, I'm working in Thai company and then all my colleagues are Thais. So from the experience, I work with them. I start learning, okay, what to do, what should not to do to the Thai. And then I can see how those Thai colleagues treat Thai customers. Also what kind of attitude they should have towards those customers or the boss or others. I learned from my colleagues, from me.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is monkey see, monkey do. So Mayu is telling us one great way to learn culture. I think it's probably the best way, which is to work with other Thais. And when I say work with other Thais, don't teach English, because when you're teaching English, you
will be a teacher, so they always be nice to you, respect you, and treat you better than the others.
Yeah, you can see I don't really learn the language from teaching English. If anything, I'm learning like grammar. I don't even think I'm better in English. Actually, I'm forgetting English to some degree. I just learned how to teach grammar. But yeah, how long did you think it took you working, immersed with Thais, until you think you're relatively aware of Thai culture?
In the beginning, I wasn't really trying to learn because I was totally foreigner, and then I knew that Thai don't treat me as not local, but as
they treat you differently.
Yeah, because I am a foreigner. They know that is a fact. So I didn't really care. The Thais do is not what I want to do or what I have concern. I was thinking different way. Okay, they are them. I'm myself. I'm Thai. It's different. You know? But after I start working the current company, I start getting know more, and I start liking the culture. I always complain, and I was always complaining. I don't really go out with the Thais before.
Maya always complains. She's liking
complaining about something about Thailand. I was bad foreigner, I guess. Yeah. But after I start working in a Korean company, I start liking more, and I start understanding more and enjoying life out here. Oh.
I don't know how to comment on this,
Why
but
you quiet now?
it's really hard to generalize. But because Mayu isn't a general Japanese, but I don't know if I think Japanese have a harder time getting accustomed to Thai culture than Westerners.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so? I feel like Japanese people are very anal.
They're more like. I mean, in Japan, this is different because Japan is like an island and they don't really have any communication with any other country.
Yeah, they're
directly.
very homogenous. I think they say,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, that word.
Yeah.
But in Thailand, they have a lot of different countries and they're all more open for everyone. They don't have any like rejection at the beginning. But in some way, a lot of Japanese people shows like rejection to something they're not used to or something new.
You mean like Thais are more accepting in the beginning, but in the end you realize they're probably just as homogenous as Japanese? Yeah.
This is cultural background makes a difference.
Sort of agree. You know, honestly, the reason I don't even really remember the exact question is, as I was thinking about it in my head, I'm thinking, what is this person's motive for asking this question? And to me, I feel like
you think every single question you always think like that. Why? What is the real meaning of asking this question?
yeah, I want to answer the question the way this person wants it to be answered.
That. You try to make your answer closer to expectation.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many ways I could answer this question. So let me demonstrate. It could be, how do you know the Thai culture, like culturally, like academically? I don't think this person wants to know Thai culture academically, right? I mean, of course, you can just study it. But I think most foreigners who ask me this question, they're wanting to be accepted.
In locals, you mean?
Yeah, I think that's generally, I think, the reason why people want to learn the culture. They want to understand it and be accepted in the Thai society as one of them. You know, this is another reason why people ask me like, do you learn the language? You know, like because language has a big part of knowing the culture, and I think this is where it gets dangerous. This is where I've been thinking about this. When you do anything with any kind of expectation, it leads to disappointment and unhappiness. And this is why I think more importantly, this question should be, how do I get to enjoy Thai culture? I feel like that's the real question out there. At least that's how I approach it. When I learn culture, it's like, how do I enjoy Thai culture? Not how do I get to truly know Thailand? Like, it might sound bad, but I know tons of people are gonna be out there, you know, call it trolling this if I put it in the public. Like, why don't you want to know the real Thailand? Now, this is where it gets tricky. What is real Thailand? I actually went and I asked all my students this. What do you think real Thailand culture is? I've asked this several times, but I asked again last week. Because, you know, I have a whole set of like 40% of my students keep changing every year. So I was having discussions with different people on this.
When you have a new student, you will ask, what's your name? What do you do? What do you think is real culture? No,
I didn't say that. I mean, I already know these guys to a certain point. Yeah, the way I actually phrased it is, the thing you always hear about is Thainess. I said, what do you think Thainess is? Because on TV they always talk about like the Prime Minister says you need to show Thainess to foreigners, like our true culture. Like, to me it seems like what they mean is being Thai is being very courteous, happy, positive.
Smile all the time.
Yeah.
Nice to the other.
Yeah, and I'm like, do you
But
think
they
that?
use in butt way though. To me,
What?
they use butt way. This is Thailand.
Thailand? What do you mean?
They are very chill. You
Oh.
don't get food served. So,
You mean they do, or other foreigners understand it that
I
way?
think foreigners say they do, and then it's just making a fun of it, you know. Thailand.
I mean, it all. I guess it all depends on how you perceive the culture, right? I think every culture has pros and cons,
Yeah.
and I keep saying, guys, travel. Don't just stay in Thailand. I keep saying, understanding Thailand. If you want to truly understand Thailand, just staying in Thailand, investing all your time into Thailand, is actually gonna give you bigger disappointments and not allow you to understand Thai culture because you're not seeing it in the big picture, right? I mean, I don't think I know Thailand enough because I still want to travel to other countries and put those other countries into perspective. But even just the small amount of travel I have done relatively to what I want to do, I feel that being in Korea and understanding just the negatives of all the negatives.
In Korea,
So there's
you mean?
negatives that other foreigners talk about Thai culture
Uh-huh.
sometimes. Like, oh, it's so chill, so things are slow, service is slow, or whatever. It's not. It's generalizing first of all. It's not like that all the time. But yeah, I mean, on average, if I go to Korea, service is a lot faster. But with that comes cons, yeah. And with the negatives here, like slower service, comes pros, i.e., people maybe service is a lot slower because everyone is just taking it easy, you know. And when you start working here, you realize that they also aren't so high pressure on you, and that's one of the reasons that Mayu likes working here, because
Yeah.
compared to Japan, it's less high pressure.
Yeah.
So you have to accept the bad that comes with the pro, and you don't know the bad and the pro, what pro comes with the bad, unless
Until you experience really.
yeah, until like you actually live in a country that you're complaining all the time. You're like, oh, it's this and this and this. Go to a country that's a polar opposite, and it's pros on those, but then you'll find you're taking a lot of the pros here for granted, you know. So I think to enjoy Thai culture, you need to first of all travel outside of Thailand and put things into perspective. Because the thing that I really, really, really hate are foreigners who just stay here in Thailand and then complain about Thailand. That is the worst thing. It gets so annoying. First of all, you are obviously here because you love it. So don't complain, you know? I mean, if you think it's bad, then go ahead and try a different country because that's
Go
good.
back home.
Yeah, or go back home. But
I
then
mean,
that will let you understand what you're taking for granted out here, you know? So it might seem counterproductive to learn Thailand, to learn Thai culture and understand it and put it into perspective and enjoy it. You first have to travel outside of Thailand. I think this is very important. And I think actually the most important thing, as I stated, I'm going to repeat again, is to not expect anything out of your actions. People expect that if I learn the language, if I, put myself into the culture and do all the things, like maybe eat somtam all day. I don't know what they think being Thai culture is. I don't know.
Somtam every day.
Seriously, I have some foreigners that believe that they should eat street food every day because
But
this
if-
is real Thailand.
If you want to, yeah, that is one of the options that you can do.
But it's like people,
But that is with expectation
Yeah,
that they
people-
will get like you see as a locals or what.
yeah, people have these fantasies of what real Thailand is. Real Thailand isn't Bangkok. It's Udon Thani or whatever. Isan. It's here. It's there. And they go out to the country, and they marry the most local girl, eat the most local foods, learn the language.
I mean,
It,
if he believes or she believes doing that make
Yeah.
them look Thai,
yeah.
I have nothing to say. That is make them happy. So I have nothing.
No,
to
it doesn't
say.
make them happy because most cases, the people that do this, more so than not, are the people that keep complaining. the people that troll my channel the most are the ones
Is
that
a message for your troll people?
no,
I don't
because
know.
it's Patreon. My Patreons don't
Okay.
troll me, but
Okay.
they're living in America. But I'm telling you, I'm hiding a lot of these comments. But the ones that have the worst time here seem to be the ones that claim they know Thailand the most. And I think it's these people. It's because they had expectations. If they do all this, they should be accepted as a Thai, or they should be accepted as, one of them, more so than somebody who hasn't, you know? And especially when they see someone like me, just having fun and enjoying Thailand, even when I don't even speak the language, and then like see other Thai people just sort of accepting me. Of course, I'm not completely accepted as Thai, but like in certain moments, maybe being accepted even more so than them, they come up with all sorts of ideas like, oh, it's only because he's Asian. So it's like
Yeah, it doesn't define that you are expected.
yeah, you get very bitter. You get very bitter. I just heard this one guy go on and on and on about how you will never be Thai even if you're white, and you learn everything. They won't ever accept you. You'll never get a citizenship.
So, what he wants to say, you know it, I'm not Thai. I'm not gonna get any citizenship.
I mean, if this is the thing,
Such a waste of
then
time.
I think you should just go back, you know?
Yeah.
But I sympathize with him because I think he's still living in the box. He's thinking about everything like how an American would think of a foreigner. You know? Because
Immigrants and stuff.
yeah, I mean,
White collar
this is
people, you mean?
to the credit of America and the West.
Okay.
The big difference between, I think, Asian countries and Western countries is that in Western countries, we're nation states, meaning your nationality is defined
Who
as
you are, where you belong.
it's legality.
Okay.
It's just your allegiance, you know? Now, I will say though, to some degree, no matter how much, even when I served in the military, in the American military, trust me, I still get tons of comments from people that are saying,
What?
you know, it's great that you went back to your country or whatever. You're Asian. Like, I know what people think about me, right? Because I'm still Asian, I will never truly even be accepted in America by everybody. But I will say a majority of people that I know in the States will accept me as an American, you know? And legally, especially, in all legal aspects, I'm an American. The government accepts me legally as an American. So when we're thinking about it from that point of view, we're thinking, well, in America, we would accept someone that learns the language, English, tries to do everything like, an American, as a true American. So they come here with the same expectation. But
Are those people who expect those
yeah,
immigrants to be American?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a double standard. So in all fairness, I sympathize with people who come out here and feel bitter after like dedicating their time into learning the language and the culture. Feel like they're still never, they still don't even have a legal status as a Thai,
Okay.
right? So I think I have to make it very clear. It is true to some degree. You will never truly be Thai.
Yeah, I don't know why those people expect exactly the same thing in Thailand. Everywhere have a different value. They should understand.
See, listen to this Japanese person. Because the reason you don't see other Asian people not complain about we're never truly accepted as Thai is like, I think Westerners think it's because we feel that as other Asians, we get accepted because we look like them or something. Because to them, we might look all alike or act all the same.
Yeah.
But Asians, never really have the expectation of truly being accepted into the culture. Even as a Korean American with a very American mentality, I know that even when I go to Korea, my birth country, they don't ever truly accept me as a Korean. You know? I guess I grow up never truly being accepted, and to me, the world seems like you're never truly accepted. I mean, you have to look like them, act like them, and to some degree, I don't even want to be exactly like them because I value what's different and special about my culture, you know, or my thought, and I'm very comfortable with that. So it's not that other Asians are any more accepted into the culture. I don't think that's the case. If I talk to other Thais about Singapore people, Hong Kong people, Korean people, Japanese people, they have a distinct idea and a stereotype of how each of these people are. And I don't know if you're aware of this, but they call all foreigners Farangs, but they call each Asian by the actual country they're from. So I'd be Gauri and you'd be what?
Ipon.
Ipon. Yeah. Or Singapore is Singapore.
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 Malaysia is Malay.
So trust me, they don't accept us as Thai. If anything, they differentiate Asians and discriminate even more. Every Asian has a stereotype, you know? But to me, I'm not saying that this is good, but I don't really it's like, to me, it's like...
I think this is because their country accepts those people as their own people and history, I guess. So they have a very, like, a big eye, what do you call big, what do you call? How do you call this kind of big, not big eye.
Big eye?
Not big eye,
what the heck are you talking about, Mike?
Big, not the big heart, what do you call? Big vision, not the vision. That, because in their history, they accept the others, the totally strangers, as their own.
You mean Westerners or
Westerners?
Thais?
I'm talking about Thai. Like American, okay, they accept those immigrants as their.
I mean, Americans really, technically they can't say anything because technically America was.
Wise, they accept people, you know, and then in society they don't say that. That is the people understanding that the country accepts other nationality to be American.
I mean, to be fair, I don't.
And they treat them equally.
Yeah, I mean,
in what do you call? In general. Yeah. So that maybe that's what their mentality is. What they think is.
That's what I've been trying to explain this whole time, Mike. Well, I can't blame the Western mindset because, to their credit, they really are, in my opinion, less racist than Asians in general. Yeah. And it's only natural because they've always lived with other ethnicities.
Yeah, that is there.
You know, if you talk about a white person, then they say they don't really discriminate against other Italians or blah blah blah, unless they really you know start talking an Italian accent. You're just part of them, right? Only time it gets really differentiated is, you know, to some degree, not all, but a lot of, you know, white people will see me as differently, or see a black person differently, a Hispanic differently. But to me, it's only normal because we are different, you know? In Asia, I think this concept of different races being different is even more ingrained because they're homogenous for the most part. They've lived in a specific ethnicity. It hasn't been normal to accept other people into the country in masses until recently. Now that being said, I actually think Thailand is one of the least racist Asian countries. That's my opinion. What do you think? Out of all the other Asian countries, what do you think, babe? Especially Bangkok, because I mean, go to Tokyo, go to Seoul, go to maybe even, well, Hong Kong has a lot of foreigners.
Maybe Singapore different.
Singapore definitely has a lot. Maybe Singapore is, yeah, actually Singapore would probably be the least racist because they're definitely the most international.
International.
Yeah, but Bangkok is one of the most international areas. So even though it's ironic that the people that go to Isan and these very homogenous areas and dedicate their life years into learning that area's culture end up being less accepted in the Thai community than just people like us living in Bangkok doing the gentrified thing. So I think that's something that's ironic. I'm not going to say this is right or wrong, but it to me that's what I've noticed, you know. Having said that though, I also know people who have gone into those areas like Isan, have Isan tattooed on their arms literally, and truly believe they have been accepted into the community and feel like one of them. So it's not all foreigners like that, but I just see a higher preponderance of foreigners who do this kind of stuff that tend to do that. Mayu is taking pictures.
Yep.
And it's only normal because if you go to somewhere like Isan, you're gonna have less foreigners. So everybody is gonna look at you differently. Not necessarily in a bad way, but because, you know, you're unique, right? Yeah. So now that we've been discussing a lot how you enjoy, but let's talk about more ways of how you actually can feel part of the society and community, things that you've done. So first off, I want to ask you, Mayu, after learning the Thai language,
I didn't really learn it.
Babe, you pretty much know it.
Yeah.
Like other Thais are always commenting like her Thai is really good, etc. After you learned it, do you think you feel more accepted by Thais because you speak Thai? How much more?
I try not to expect them treat me as a local. I mean, as a Thai, of course.
Yeah, but I'm just asking, do you notice?
But they're more like friendly when you speak in Thai, and more helpful sometimes because they can communicate with you, me, if you speak the basic language. And then it's more fun for me to talk to them. You can make a joke about something, you can laugh about something when we talk in local language. So, I mean, if you are speaking only in English, you don't get to know that feeling. You know, that's all. And then I like it better. That's why I start enjoying more daily life in Thailand after I start working in a current company, I guess.
I would say that if you really want to enjoy Thailand and if your thing is truly being accepted into society as a Thai, learn the language. I'm preaching this while I know, but this will lead on to the next thing. Mayu, do you think learning the language is the only true way to be accepted into Thai society?
No, I don't think so.
What are other ways? Do you think there are even more effective ways?
Other than learning Thai?
Other than learning Thai, yeah.
Other than learning Thai. Like what, culture and stuff?
You know, you say that Thais treat you better when they hear you talking Thai and stuff.
Yeah.
Have you done anything else that makes people perceive you differently here?
You mean the art like Thai, you mean?
Yeah.
If you know how things get done in Thailand, you will know how you proceed, how you approach them, you know. Or that is maybe you should understand culture better, not
Yeah.
that language, I guess,
Yeah.
because this is how to think. This is not what you expect me to answer.
No, I just wanted to know what you're thinking about,
Yeah, the
because
culture understanding is different.
I think understanding Thai culture is, I think the primary thing, this is from all my years living here, I think Thai people value humor and having fun.
Okay.
Yeah? I think this is at the essence of Thai culture. Having humor,
yeah, being
having fun.
all the time serious doesn't help you to get to know Thai people.
Yeah,
I mean.
this is why I think it's sort of sometimes counterproductive to be very serious, like trying to learn the language and like asking everybody in-depth questions about what is this, what is that, like then.
Okay, that is what I heard from one of my colleagues, because
Yeah.
I'm really interested to learn history, and then there's one guy. He's really he have a very good family. He have a good education, and
Yeah.
I always ask him the question because he knows
Yeah.
what I'm asking, and
Yeah.
he gives me the answer what I want to know.
Yeah.
But one day he told me, "You're asking me too much question. Why don't you ask somebody else? Give me a break. You know, you're too serious." That is what he said
Yeah.
one time. So
Yeah.
it makes sense now. That is my Japanese-ness. let's say.
I've seen foreigners live here for over a decade, speak the language, but they are still nowhere near the level of comprehending how a Thai person is.
Oh, okay.
You know, and they're like that. Like, they're just very anal about everything. I think Westerners were very control freaks. I'm like that too. And Mayu gets annoyed even when, you know, like whenever I rent, I'm like, ask for this, ask for that, ask for, you know, is there insurance? Like, it's just like, annoyed. Thai people are even more annoyed with this.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm less annoyed.
Yeah.
Compared to Thai.
Yeah. So if you truly want to be accepted into Thai society and be seen relatively like one of them and share these moments of, you know, like respect, like, oh, he's Thai, you have to, you know, I don't even know if you want to do that, because some people pride themselves in being very anal and being very detail orientated. So I want to first put that out there. If you can never let go of your personality and be willing to change your personality,
It doesn't work in this country. It doesn't help you to be.
I mean, learning the language isn't gonna hurt, but just expect that someone that doesn't even speak the language like me, but can just sort of flow with the movement here, like me, may enjoy and be accepted by Thais. And some people will hate that because they feel that if you put in this much work, you expect this much back. And what I do, for example, just going around, you know, enjoying like things with other Thais, like doing what they think is maybe stupid, like going and watching a BNK concert, or, you know, making Gundams, or doing some stupid hobby that they think is childish, will actually get me accepted more amongst Thais than if I was to speak Thai. Especially in Bangkok, because a lot of Thais speak English, you know? So English isn't the only barrier to truly being accepted into society. You have to do both of those well to really, really be accepted. And I think you need to take, moral of this story to sum it up is, take just as much time to understand how a Thai person thinks and acts, you know? Maybe you should even do that first, because that's something that you may not be able to accept, you know? I think I really quickly understood this, having traveled to other countries, coming to Thailand, and going, you know what? I mean, at first, I'm not gonna lie, there were some things that annoyed me. I remember the first trip to Thailand, I got like the worst service at a restaurant. I remember yelling at somebody, and everybody like looking at me like I'm some savage.
The Phuket that you say you five-star hotel?
Not at Phuket, like in Thong Lor somewhere at a dessert cafe. I came with a bunch of Americans, And you know, if I get bad service in America, I have to, even though I'm
Confront them.
yeah, I have to confront them. Like otherwise, I get more disrespect, right? So I have to confront it and
You
say,
brought that culture to Thailand.
Yeah.
That is wrong.
exactly. Well, I didn't know. I thought
Yeah,
this
until
because
you know that you have the experience.
yeah, because
you never know.
Yeah, because in Korea it's even worse. I have to be even more aggressive there. Yeah. So I did that, and like people are like calming me
Looking
down,
at
and
you,
I'm like, no, I shouldn't. Like, we need to tell her that she did something wrong and complain to the manager. And I remember there was a Thai guy with me, and he's like, no, no, no. And then he was so embarrassed he wanted to leave, and I'm like, what the hell happened here, you know?
Okay.
And only in hindsight did I realize that that was very, very wrong how I approached that situation,
okay.
you know? And I think, yeah, after having traveled everywhere, realizing there's to some degree service. It's not something that's that great.
You don't expect exact same level of service.
Although I will
as
say
your own
for typical, if you go to like any random restaurant, like even here or at a hotel, the service is very great. It's different. Like service as promptness, quickly, doing something quickly is not good, but service as in being very smiling and generous. Like remember when we went to Hong Kong, we were like, how come everybody is so rude here? But they were very quick. So in that way, the service is good.
Yeah,
but
I mean that is their value. The fast service.
Fast service is service to them. Here,
is the most important thing
Yeah.
in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
But not in Thailand.
In Thailand, smiling service is good service,
better than
not fast
being
service.
quick.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is the kind of stuff that I picked up and I accepted, and I know that if I learn the language, it's only going to help me more.
Yeah, help
And
you a lot.
yeah, and I think I could accept, you know, living in this kind of culture and being like that. Yeah. But there are some people who focus so much on just learning the language in the beginning and have it with all these expectations, and then in the end they realize, darn, I wasted all this time. And I'm never gonna change being some control freak or anal retentive guy, you know. Like it's like this. Some people like that thing. People are always complaining, you know, how come it's so hard to get a citizenship here, blah blah blah. To me, it's a non-issue.
I don't know why
I don't know why they want to be here so
citizenship,
permanently.
yeah.
I mean, but the thing is, you can be here permanently. Just how hard is it to have 100,000 baht, which is like what, $3,000 in your bank account when you're 62? And up until you're 62, you should probably be working or something, working or having an education or being a tourist, one of those three things, or being super rich, so the elite visa, right, or the investment visa. So there's a way for you to legally stay here, you know,
without being a Thai people,
without actually having a citizenship. But like some people are just so like worried that, you know, they're gonna get kicked out or something. They're being very anal retentive. So I think yeah, and these are coming from people who speak the language and everything, but they end up just complaining all the time, and like I don't understand it, you know. But I think it's because of a difference in expectation from the very get-go. They expected.
If you go to Middle East country, you don't bring your own expectation, the things in your country, to there, of course, because you know they have a totally different value and then.
But Mai, you gotta understand, to you and me, this makes sense.
But
to an American, expecting to be having legal status after putting all this in is not culture. This is just what we think is fair.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like human, like fairness, universal fairness.
But there's no fairness.
See, this in itself is very different to.
We are totally different.
Yeah, to a Westerner, they believe that there is
fairness
to some degree. Most of the arguments we have is over not only do we think it's fair, we believe that there is even an ideal and perfect world You know, like most of the arguments are if there is less gun control, more gun control, abortion, no abortion, vegans, non-vegans, we believe just one little thing is gonna make the world perfect. This is how Westerners think, babe.
That everything in
They believe in
balance.
idealism. They
So-
believe in black and white. They believe in universal fairness.
Okay.
Whereas generally Asians accept there is never gonna be fairness. There is
Yeah.
never gonna be complete
There's
oneness.
a gray zone.
Yeah.
And everything has to be well balanced.
Yeah.
That is we call peace. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's the yin and yang concept. You need a balance of evil and good
Yeah.
to have the perfect balance and harmony. And in between this gray area of black and white lies, you know, and this vagueness is super duper hard. It's
I mean,
almost like
that is the process to achieve the goal.
yeah,
Or to proceed your idea of your whatever the life or goal or something.
yeah.
That is what people try to do. So, and you have to enjoy the process. But in the end, I don't think it's gonna.
Yeah,
Anyway.
guys, I mean, this might be making sense to you. It might not be making sense to you, and I'll completely understand. But I think one of the reasons I'm able to enjoy Thailand is because, for whatever reason, I didn't come here with any expectation. I came here actually with low expectations. I was just trying to escape the cold from Korea, you know? And then
Yeah, I guess if you do the research like you do all the time before you start doing, I don't think you will be here.
you think so?
Maybe you will try for a couple of months, but I don't think you're gonna purchase a condominium.
No, I mean, it's not like I came here with this intention or purchase a condo. No. And I did research it to purchase a condo. But no, I think I would have still liked it because you can just sense it. You can just sense that this is the right place for me.
Because you have been to different places and you have a lot of comparison in between.
Yeah, but I mean, I also went through like rude awakenings very early on and understood what Thailand isn't. But I was able to accept it because I had like more rude awakenings in America, in Korea, and when I'm traveling in other places. And I just came to accept that although Thailand isn't perfect, this is still right for me.
Oh, okay.
Like I like how the flow of how the pace is here, how it flows, you know? So I think that's what allowed me to truly like understand the culture, because you got to come here with an open mind, not with any kind of expectation, because those expectations will blind you. If you're so busy learning the language or trying to like survive out in the middle of nowhere in Isan or whatever, you don't have any time to like really look around you and sort of see how things are going. And then once you think you've accomplished or achieved whatever goals you think, then you should be accepted into culture. You have this rude awakening that you're not, you know? So that's why this particular question, the person who asked me this, I'm very careful to answer this, because I don't want to say, learn the language, observe people, do this, do that, and then you'll learn the culture, because I have a feeling that that person might interpret it as, if I do this, then I'll be accepted into this. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's why I'm going about this long roundabout way to explain this. Through experiences, what other people experience, like people that are negative out here, why they say it is, and I'm giving you the pros and cons, right? So, yeah, I come here with an expectation that you'll never truly be completely Thai. I mean, I honestly ask every Thai, I'm like, do you think a foreigner can ever truly be Thai? You know, I'm an English teacher, so they'll try to probably say yes. but everyone was sort of silent and they're like smiling. They're like,
difficult to answer your question.
they're like,
for the
I mean, they're like,
student.
what do you mean? And I'm like, do you think you'll ever see a foreigner as a Thai person?
Oh.
And then I even specified, I'm like, let's say a Falang, like a white person. And they're like, she's like, maybe some people can, maybe I can, but I don't
mean,
think everybody can. That's like the
depends
best
on
answer I got.
individual.
Yeah. And then I further asked, I mean, what about like a Korean or a Japanese? And they're like, I said, do you think they have a better chance of being truly accepted as a foreigner as a white person or something? And they're like, maybe to some people, but like,
Not
I
all
don't
of them.
think, I don't think it's any that much better to me, you know? Which tells me I mean, because they don't know how another person thinks.
Oh, yeah.
They're just assuming maybe. But nobody ever said that they would personally accept another Asian to be more Thai because they look like them. And I certainly feel that too, you know? But the reason you don't see me complain about it is not because I'm accepted as Thai and like I'm privileged. It's because I don't have any expectation to some degree. I don't want to be a Thai. Why would I? I mean, I like my uniqueness. I'm proud of my American heritage. I'm proud of, you know, my Korean heritage. You're proud of only your Japanese heritage. Like, I don't understand why you want to completely be Thai. You should be proud of where you're from. I mean, I'm really, really proud to be American. I don't I mean, I'll tell you this. A lot of Thais have told me that, not a lot, but some of them. Like, when I was dating and stuff, and then like saying, like, some girls have told me like, oh, you're just a typical arrogant American. And to me, it's
what's
like,
the difference from the words? What do you think why she was saying that word to you then?
what was I?
Typical arrogant American guy. It's like
I
something
forgot.
happened and then that make her. Nobody say when you're happy you are an arrogant American.
I remember this conversation
You
a little
have an
bit.
argument or you
Yeah,
have
yeah,
something.
yeah. Of course, it's an argument. Why would they say something like
Yeah,
negative
that's
like
what
that?
I'm saying.
I
What
remember
was-
it
what
was.
might make
I remember
her
it
say
was
that
something like
word?
this. It was like in my experience, a lot of Thai girls, when you make an appointment for a date,
Are they
half
show
of
up
them
late?
tend to not show up or show up late.
Uh-huh.
So I remember I was making an appointment with this girl, and then I said, okay, let's just shoot for 7, but maybe we could meet at 8. And then this one was very surprising. The only person that ever said this. Why would you think
I'm late.
I would show up at 8 when I make an appointment at 7?
Okay.
And I'm like, oh wow, that's refreshing because, you know, other times I've made an appointment. Generally, people show up at 8,
Uh-huh.
and she's like, why do you
I'm
why do you think I would
coming
be?
late? Yeah.
Why do you think? Is it because I'm Thai or something? So she had definite insecurities, and she was projecting these insecurities on me.
Yeah.
And then, because I didn't instigate that, it was because she was Thai, right?
But from your experience in Thailand, you put the time 7 to 8. If you're in America, you're not gonna say, okay, we can make it.
Yeah,
8.
but I never told her that
Of course
that's
not.
why.
Not-
But
I mean-
she projected it, and she already knew what I was thinking,
Yeah.
right? And I'm like, and I'm pretty honest, so I'm like, yeah, I mean, it's not that you're Thai. It's just I think the culture around here. This was where I went wrong. The culture around here is
Oh my
just a
God.
little bit more relaxed. So, you know, it's
can
like
make it
we can be a
Yeah.
little late an hour. Is this? And then she's like, what? That is the most racist thing I've ever heard. You're just another arrogant American. You think it's like, and I'm like, well, I'm just this isn't like me being racist. It's just a clear observation. I mean, I'm glad you communicated to me that you're not you're
Happy
very
that-
you're prompt and stuff. I can accept that, but you know, I it's clear, and I'm very certain because I've been on dates with not just a couple girls but hundreds. And out of that sample pool, like a large majority of the time I'm here in Bangkok, and I'm not saying it's a culture. It might just be because of the traffic or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't even like. She's projecting everything on me. She said it's because it's culture. It's because people tend to be late. I found myself like writing long essays justifying myself, like blah, 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 blah. And then she's like, yeah, she just kept saying, you know, you Americans think you're just all that, blah 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 blah, and then you Americans think you're just the greatest in the world, blah 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 blah, or something like this, right? And I clearly remember at that point thinking, well, we are the greatest.
Okay, of course.
Yeah, like I was very proud to be American. I'm like, what's wrong with that? I mean, I'm very confident. I do believe we come from the greatest country.
Yeah.
You know? And then she like unmatched me. And yeah, I mean,
it's like I can't say many things about what she thought, but
yeah, I mean, now in hindsight, I realize this girl's just projecting her insecurities because I'm just proud to be American. I'm not saying that Thailand isn't, or she shouldn't think that Thailand is the greatest country in the world, but she's like, you're arrogant because you think you're the greatest. And I'm like, why should I think that America isn't the greatest country in the world? I think we are the greatest country. It's very, I mean, what way do you want to argue it? I could clearly argue that militaristically we're the greatest country, economically we're the greatest country, like resource-wise we're the greatest country. Like, I mean, I'm very proud to be American.
Yeah.
Like, even our
she's not saying that you want to discuss that detail.
But I mean, I never projected that this is negative either, that we meet an hour late or
but
something.
in her mind,
she has,
it was really negative way
because she has
he's
insecurity complex. That's an insecurity complex. You have a complex like Napoleon Complex. You know, she's projecting her insecurity on me. I never said that that's bad. I actually like the fact that, because I'm a very sort of Bangkok kind of guy, even when I was in America, you know? And this is something I actually like about Bangkok, right? She thinks that I saw it negatively and was being racist by projecting something negative on this race when I thought it's a very chill culture. Yeah. If she asked me, I would have explained that. But
anyway,
like,
it doesn't work anyway. You are that type and she's not. She's going the opposite.
Yeah.
So
well, I knew
lucky that you end up not seeing her.
Yeah, it's like
good experience.
Yeah, that would have been such a pain in the ass. Like if I was on a date, like constantly projecting insecurity on me. But what the point of the story is that I'm very proud to be American, even out here. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
And I don't have any problems with Thais being very proud of being Thai and thinking they have the greatest country. I don't consider that racism because I'm secure enough to know that I'm from what I think is the greatest nation.
Country of the world.
Yeah. I know you're like that too, Mai. I know you think Japan is the greatest country in the world.
I love Japan.
Yes, I know.
Why would I not to like Japan?
I mean, why would you not like the country you're from? I'm not, guys, first of all, I'm not out here because I think America is bad. I think America is great. It's the greatest country.
Yeah.
But for my lifestyle right now, you know, in the position I'm in, I love being in Thailand. Doesn't mean that I think Thailand is the greatest country in the world. It's the greatest place to be in for me right now. You know, like, I don't know, people want this black and white mentality.
Especially those judging people in Bangkok or...
Yeah, the ironic thing is this girl was probably the most Americanized, westernized because she was in a very western country. And the only reason she would even project that or think that is because she worked with other Americans, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, like I could tell.
But you end up not meeting her?
Of course I didn't.
You didn't? Oh.
Why would I want to meet her? There's tons of girls I can meet. Why would I meet this one? I was having fun. Like when she said, you Americans think you're just from the greatest country in the world, I was just thinking about it. And I knew it by this time. There's no way this is going to ever go well between us. And I just said what's on my mind, which is clear. Yes, we do think we're from the... Why not?
I mean, maybe she was...
I knew that's the reason. I knew she didn't want to hear that.
Work and American act like you, and then knows this guy online treat me like exactly the same as the other guy.
Maybe she had a bad. I think she had a bad experience with
Yeah, maybe.
and she's projecting that on me. But there's nothing I can do
that
about
word,
it.
7 to 8,
I'm not.
a landmine would explode.
No, the landmine was me saying, "Oh, I just thought it was culturally okay." There,
that,
I said
that one. Yeah,
one.
that
I just
one.
thought it was culturally accepted here to maybe
Have a time
be a little late. And then she's like, culturally? I remember her saying like, culturally? What do you think Thai culture is late or something? And I'm like, I never said Thai. I just said in Bangkok, people tend to be a little late because we have traffic, and I thought this was relatively acceptable. I'm not saying that this is bad. I remember I wrote a fucking essay, and even when she just kept going negative, projecting her insecurity on me.
She doesn't get what she expects from you.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, let it flow that way, the negative way.
Yeah, and this actually takes me
it.
to a good point of view. The worst thing you can do and think you understand Thai culture is basing Thai culture on what just one Thai thinks.
Like,
let's say I come here, this happens.
happens to
I
you.
meet a girl.
Uh-huh.
I think she's very Thai for whatever reason. Maybe I saw her in a local place, or she's from a good family here, I don't know. But once you get a girlfriend here, you're always with this girlfriend, right?
Oh, okay.
And Thai girls will always tell you, this is what's Thai, this is what we do in Thailand, right?
Oh, okay.
And then you base all your information or your perception of Thailand on what this one person says. It usually happens like with a guy with a girl, or if a girl is here, they're dating a guy, or maybe whoever they work with, this one person they talk to, whatever they think Thailand is, you perceive
from one person.
on one person. So like, let's say I'm a foreigner, because I hear this all the time, foreigners saying it's normal to have some sort of, or the dowry to a girl.
Dowry.
When you get married, you give dowry to a girl.
Senson. Okay.
Senso, right?
Senson, yeah.
And there will be...
That is normal in some family, not all.
Yeah, in some family, particularly in some regions of Thailand. But when I survey a lot of Thais, most Thais tell me in the modern age we don't do this, especially in Bangkok. So,
but I've seen a lot of weddings, let's say.
A lot of Westerners do it because there's this rumor amongst Westerners that this is normal, so they come with the expectation to do it. And if you're offering money and you bring it up, who is gonna say no?
They're gonna raise up the more.
Yeah, who's gonna say no? I mean, even if
if I have a daughter and then there's a rich fan come to take my daughter,
and he's offered, okay, how much should I offer for Samsung? Do I have to offer Samsung? Yeah, I think you should.
Should be. It's culturally we accept that.
It should be. Yeah, it's not bad. You mean, and then it's like, how much do you think is reasonable? $1 million baht? It's like, maybe 2 million. I don't know. And then there's like, guys, don't base your opinion of, to some degree.
I mean, if you want to do that, you are free to do, and then that is totally accepted.
I think it's just human nature to take advantage of any situation.
Right.
Yeah, and that's so. You also have to some degree, not be too respectful. You have to stand your ground and be able to like challenge and communicate
more.
Yeah.
Like, I understand though, because you are in foreign country all by yourself and all surrounded by locals, and then they always ask you, this is that way, this is that way, and then like,
buy land, build a house,
and then buy the cows.
Yes, this is what we do in Thailand.
And then,
even though there is no house like this anywhere in miles from you.
I understand though, but. I mean, but even I hear this story, if the person who is doing that make him happy or make her happy, I think it's okay. There's nothing that you should say you shouldn't do this.
I think it's okay if you do it with, again, no expectation. This is very important.
Yeah, if in the end it doesn't work, you shouldn't complain about
Yeah.
what you have done because that is your decision that you
Yeah.
made.
So everything you do, everything you give here, this is Thai. This is actually Thai culture. I can say definitively. Even Thai people think like this, I believe, to some degree. If they give something, they don't expect back.
Yeah, I think Thais are really good at doing this. Let it go though, let their expectation go.
Yeah. I mean, this
Yeah.
is very Buddhist. I think
mean,
this is a very
Buddhist
Buddhist.
way,
Yeah.
It's humble.
Yeah.
thing.
You just sort of let it go. You don't like hold on to grudges or whatever.
Yeah.
You just, let it go.
That's true.
Yeah, and I think Thai people are some of the most generous people. Like when I talk to my kids at school, whenever they go on vacations,
Well educated and good family.
yeah,
they
they
have
are.
background,
They
so
are. I'm not
that
gonna.
help them a lot. I guess.
Well,
Compared to those people you're talking
well, this is the
about.
thing. The perception that a lot of people have though is that rich people are stingy. I think that too. In America, I feel rich people are generally stingy.
I mean,
But-
they're not stingy. They know how to invest where they put the money in it. They're not wasting the money.
Yeah, exactly.
The
They're
poor
not.
people, they
But
throw
you,
the money everywhere.
but in Thailand, it's different. Rich people tend to, what I think, waste money.
I mean, what do you say?
It's like this, guys.
I mean,
It's-
rich family, they don't need to pay for
Babe,
it
even
because they have a big
even rich
collection,
families
though.
in America don't do this in general. Like
Okay.
for example, what if right now it's about vacation time, so I'm asking where are you gonna go vacation, who are you gonna go with?
Yeah.
And it blows my mind that half of them are like saying, well, my parents is gonna be my mom, dad, me, my sister, and my friend. And
All
I'm
together
like,
on a trip. Yeah.
your friend?
One or family?
Just one friend.
Oh, okay. Plus one.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is very common. Like Thai families, if they have a really close friend and their kid likes hanging out with them,
They
pay
pay
for a
for everything.
super expensive trip to Japan.
Yeah.
And then, or it's like they always have these family trips. Whoever is the most well off in the family pays for the whole extended family. I'm talking about they actually book a whole tour, like a whole tour bus with one guy just for them, like, and a group tour of like 20 people, and they bring like 20 of their family members. And if it's America, we would all we would feel bad even accepting that, and we would try to pitch in what we can. But here it's not like if you're the most well-off person, you spend it all,
Yeah.
and and they're very happy to do that. And man, just the other day, one of my kids, he's pretty well off.
Yeah.
His father invited me to go to Hua Hin with their family.
Yeah.
I'm just a teacher. It's like who does this? Like he's willing to pay for everything because he really he thinks I think his kid really likes me and stuff, so he wants me to just
Make his son happy to be with teacher Ethan.
yeah. They're just very generous. Like I don't think.
I mean, because money, they don't have any financial issues. Of course, that's why.
Maybe, but I don't know.
It's not normal Thai
No,
family. I
in
guess.
America they wouldn't do that. They
Yeah.
would be concerned about like security first of all. Like I don't know this guy,
Ah, okay.
It's just so not normal to offer that. Like I don't think they could just freely like go, oh, do you want to come to a family vacation with us, with our family? Like it's sort of strange. Like I declined it because I feel like
Awkward to be in the family.
Yeah, like-
you don't know them.
I don't know them. But it's I really like the gesture, but it would have made me feel very uncomfortable. Not because they're not trying, but it's like I've never been in this kind of situation before. But to a Thai person, this is quite normal. Like bringing people in as a family, treating them as one, like paying for it and not expecting anything back. I know he's not expecting me to like teach this kid any better or anything. I mean, I know Koreans would do that. Koreans all the time, like the English teacher, they will like give him extra money or like take him out to lunch or something, and they may give my kid special attention.
Because you are English teacher teaching him more
Yeah.
extra.
Yeah, it's very normal. Like I know if with a Korean, I never accept anything because I know there's always something they expect
expectation.
back.
Okay.
So, but here I know with a Thai, it comes with no strings attached.
Oh, okay.
You know, so
But not only Thai, I guess Chinese family will do that too.
I don't know Chinese well enough, but maybe. Yeah. What about Japanese? You
I don't
guys are
think
very
so.
like, yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah, you wouldn't do that. It's like,
I mean, if you know, if your parents really like you and you talk to them like every week something, and if your parents knows you well, they might offer you, why don't you come together with us? So that is normal if you know the parents well, but you say you don't know them well, right? Like, but you sometimes you got some gift like the snacks and cakes. That is from parents, right? Not from the student. So I think that is the gesture the parents wants to know you or wanna
no, and
appreciate.
they don't even give it to me directly.
Just
The
drop
kid gives
office?
it. No, the kid gives it to me. It's like, my mom got this for you, like this.
Okay.
And when I walk by them, I say hi. You know.
Okay.
You know, I don't like, I like do the bow thing because I'm so like, that's in my thing, like from being Korean, I bow. I don't do this. But I do like this.
Because your why it's kind of awkward. So.
Yeah, if I do it, it's sort of like.
Very fun.
I go like this and smile, you know, and they know, they accept it,
Yeah.
you know, and yeah, and I want to say the other thing culturally too is, you know, I said it's all about enjoying, and it's these moments. What Mayu is saying when I talk, because I'm next to her, I see like when she talks in Thai's like really like it, and then. Oh, did it stop?
No, it's moving.
Oh, now it's at 1 hour 7 minutes, so it's not counting up by.
Oh, okay.
So, I see how Thais treat her differently when she speaks Thai, but I have those similar moments when I enjoy something that is distinctly Thai. Like when I go to a BNK48 concert, no farang around us. Thai people look at me completely different, right? When I start speaking English and stuff.
Yeah, when
and
you're
then,
doing this.
Yeah, and then they start like really saying, oh, where are you from? And they're really interested in me. And they like think I'm one of them during that moment, right? And yeah, other things. Even just like when I go camera shopping and I'm like asking about all this stuff. Because Thais are really into, you know, taking pictures and camera. They believe that I'm like one of them at that moment. And I'm just
because you have the same interest there, you can share.
Yeah.
Those interests.
So this is
together.
important. I think it's very important to find a common interest with a Thai. And in this sense, it really matters also where you live. You know, if you're like out in the countryside, even though that might be like more local Thai, you might find less things in common. Like you don't have any. You're not going to be chatting over farm equipment.
You always talk about how weather
or
how much you get.
Some people I've heard is like how they relate to people like in the countryside is they think Thai culture there is drinking.
Yeah, drinking at night. I think from the daytime,
Yeah, this is something you have to be careful of though. Drinking does get you close, but at the same time they also put you away. Because one of the complaints I've heard a lot from these Thai girls that I met, when they say, oh, like, you know, you sort of talk about them in the dates, like, you know, who have you dated? And it's like, oh, I've dated Farang, I've Singapore, Hong Kong. And I'm like, oh, you know, you're just curious. And I always ask, like, oh, how was your relationship with the Farang? He's like, one of the things I always hear girls talk negatively about, even though they do it a lot, is they complain, oh, my boyfriend, my Farang boyfriend drinks a lot. He drinks all the time. I don't like that. And it was funny to me because they drink too. But in Thai culture,
the amount of the drink, the time they spend a lot of time for drinking.
Maybe it is, but
not.
Don't get into the trap of trying to connect and socialize over drinks, because even though Thais might do it together with you, it's sort of taboo. It's not something that you'll be respected.
Will show you, yeah.
You know, because I understand you're trying to do this to gain respect from them and have them accept you as one.
Be a Thai.
Yeah. You'll be accepted as like a low life Thai.
It will be disrespected by locals.
Yeah.
Doing that all
if
the
you're
time.
known for drinking, You don't want to be known for drinking.
It's working a negative way in
Yeah,
so.
yeah. I mean, you might be accepted as like that kind of Thai that always gets.
I mean, it's like those people, they have like different class in Thailand. If
Yeah.
you say that,
Yeah,
and then if you always drinking, they see you as a very low class,
yeah,
and then that is the people do. You know,
Yeah.
the low class do people do all the time.
that is a stigma.
Even-
That's a stigma you can't get away from you either. Once you show that you're this kind of person that just drinks, they'll always see you as someone that's low class. And you know, I always hear these forongs go like, I'm at this level where this is Thai, this is a dog, this is me. They see me as low. But these kinds of people are generally the people that I always see always drinking. You know, when you're a drinker, even though you might have those moments of like, you know,
Join, having a fun.
and you seem like they're accepting you, at the same time,
Only that level, only.
Yeah.
Only the small, I mean, a very, very low class.
yeah,
They treat you like
even
shit.
even if you're in the low class, there's gonna be like somebody, like the mother or the somebody there that's not gonna see you as a good influence, or they're gonna disrespect you. So be aware of that. Don't be the person that's known for enjoying drinking. Because in Thai culture particularly, it's seen negatively, you know? I'm not saying you shouldn't drink. I drink too.
Sometimes.
Quite frankly, I don't care what Thai people think as much of me. Like, I'm not like desperate for respect.
I mean,
but
because you are not really drinking person. If you are really like the person who really like the drinking every time, I mean
Yeah.
every night,
yeah,
you shouldn't do that. You should be aware of it because
Yeah.
people know
yeah,
what you do. You know.
Yeah.
Of course, you don't say. They
Yeah.
don't say that.
yeah. I mean, don't be that guy though. Don't be that guy that drinks. Don't even be that guy that goes near Nana or Asok all the time, because it doesn't matter if you're just going there for banking reasons or whatever. If Thais know that you're always going to Nana and Asok, they just assume like, you know. Yeah.
Like, yeah, because what is it? Thai has really see they will see where you belong. Seriously. You know, which area you go to drink,
Yep.
where you go to a party, and then they will judge you.
Yeah.
It's not only where you go, of course, how you dress.
It's not racist, because they
Because-
do this equally for everybody, amongst
And then-
Thais, amongst
Yeah.
everybody. I mean, this isn't even a Thai thing. I understand it because it's a very Asian thing. We believe in generally like Confucius cultures, we believe that the people who should lead and govern, and we believe that there are certain types of people who have the character and the knowledge to be respected. This is normal in Confucius culture, whereas in America you believe, particularly in America, we do not value like being reserved, being knowledgeable as much, or being academic as much. It's something that's been engraved in Asian culture for centuries, since the Confucius came up with, you know, the government tests and everything to decide who's going to be in a government or ruling position, etc. They do believe that someone who is more reserved, academic, they should be treated with more respect and heard. It's different.
It's like in Thailand, like when they started this level, what is caste level? What is it? Caste, right?
I don't think there's necessarily a class level here. It's not like India or anything.
But they used to have a slavery here in Thailand. Of course, they don't have anymore.
Because there's modern slavery. You
This
still
is-
have to work.
Okay. Modern slavery
Yeah.
really tells you
it's just
how those Thai people connect each other.
yeah. Well, but this is the same anywhere else in the world. Even in America, there is the ultra wealthy who never have to work, and everybody else who has to work. You don't call them slaves. You call them working class people.
Yeah, working class people. I mean, working class people, they will define you by.
Yeah, there's different levels of working class
Yeah.
people. Like even back in the slaves, there is a slave that works inside the house and the slave that works in the field.
I mean, that is. I mean, it's not obvious in Thailand.
It's
At
not
first,
obvious in
It's
Thailand?
not obvious. If you foreigners, if you don't know
I
the
think it's
culture, if
obvious.
you don't
It's just
speak-
as obvious as in America. I think, okay, maybe it's less, I think it's more obvious here, yeah, because in America it's less obvious because the ultra wealthy don't really flaunt their wealth as much as out here, in my opinion. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because even like a top working class person, like a neurosurgeon, he's still working class because he's working, could drive the same car.
That's a Toyota.
Like, no, he could drive a Bentley or whatever,
yeah.
or have a Ferrari.
Yeah.
Just like a super ultra, well, you know, by looking at them from the outside, you can't tell. Whereas here, it's because the luxury tax here, really, you can tell, you know? Yeah.
Yeah. In Japan, say they don't buy really, really wealthy people. They don't show.
Yeah.
They work like as a usual, like a regular person.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I understand that.
Yeah. So, but anyways, there is always this thinking like, what kind of person are you? And they will judge you based on your actions.
And how you dress too.
And this is important. They judge you less by what you say. They judge you more by your action. Yeah. This is a very common Asian thing too. Like you can sit there and logic and sound like the most intelligent person. To a Thai person, it's like a lot of them, you know, they like actually some of them appreciate it, especially the westernized girls and such. Like if I start talking about something, they get quite impressed. But at the end of the day, your actions dictate how they perceive you in the end. So no matter how intelligent you are, if you're the kind of person that's always going out drinking, never dresses respectably, you know, like that will never change, you know. Because here, action is more important than, you know. And dressing, guys, it's very important in Asian culture. Dress, like I know this because coming from Korea, I know like, I used to watch the Korean historical dramas, but I'm pretty sure Thailand's like this too. But there's certain colors that only a king can wear, a certain class can wear, certain hats that only certain people can wear. So it's, for centuries, this dress has been sort of engraved too. Like the way you dress is very important. But I don't think it's any different in America because when we work, we always say dress for success, you know? You have to dress respectably because if you don't for a certain occasion, then it feels like you're disrespecting them, you know? You go out on a date with a girl and you always dress like some, I don't know, tank top, flip-flops. Maybe she's willing to deal with it because you're offering some advantage, like you're giving her a ton of money or whatever, and she won't say anything about it because she respects wealth maybe more than that.
Yeah.
But you'll never be the same as somebody who is also wealthy and dresses nice and treats people with respect, or the establishments they're going with respect. You'll always be considered low class. Yeah, maybe you're still a little bit higher class than a person who has no money and dresses like that. But you'll never be at the same level as yeah.
I don't want to go into that.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Anyways, I hope you guys found some insight into this. I'm gonna go out now and do the street walk video.
Yeah, sun is setting now. Okay,
Yeah.
it's a good time to
This is pretty cool because I'm just doing this with a GoPro, so it's really quick and it's more of a podcast. I guess I was gonna just do voice only, but I just got a GoPro for the Songkran season and I thought this would be cool, like, you know, at least have something.
At least.
Yeah, like some kind of view. So let us know.
Action view.
Yeah, let us know how you like it. But hope you guys have an amazing week, and let us know if you like this format, and we might be able to do this more. I felt like this, you're gonna see me monologue less and just responding to certain questions, or maybe repeating something. It could be more about a specific topic. And if you do like this format, be sure to like comment below
And
what
give us
topic.
more
Yeah.
topic that you want us to talk about.
Yeah. Okay, guys. I'm not gonna say subscribe because I know you're gonna say Patreon. So,
Thank you for your support. That is what we want.
yes, thank you.